Hi Flosstube, I'm Pam. Welcome to my channel, Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. Welcome. If you are new here, this is a place where I talk about cross stitch and I give a little shop updates for my shop, Stitch New England. And sometimes I do some life updates and I show, I don't usually have a lot of haul because I have a lot of haul. But every once in a while I have some. Today is one of those days. And yeah, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thanks so much. I love having a chance to chat with you all. Today is Saturday, August 31st. It is the last day of August, which I know is not really the last day of summer, but it is the last day of summer, you know? And it's Labor Day weekend, which is like the last weekend of summer. I don't know how that happened. I feel like it was just yesterday and it was the 4th of July. So anyway, and this is Flosstube number 97. I'm getting very close to 100 Flosstubes. I've done way more than 100 videos, but I never counted anyway, that's neither here nor there. We do not need to get into a digression about how many videos I've posted or not posted. But it is Flosstube number 97. It's a good number. Okay, so again, it is Saturday morning that I am filming before the shop opens in 50 minutes. So I'm going to try to make this fast. And I apologize if I'm talking really fast. I do live in New England, hence the name Stitch New England for the shop. And so I realize that I have an accent and then when I start talking fast, maybe it makes me hard to understand sometimes, and I'm sorry. I also don't know how to, I'm like trying really hard to not talk fast right now, and it's killing me. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into stitching because do I have life updates? This is the problem with filming once a month, is that so much life happens in between the videos that I don't always remember. August, ooh, I went, Stitch New England and Barefoot Needle Art hosted an event together down in DC in the middle of August called North Meets South. It was a good time. It was eventful and it's nice to be back home. It's hot. It was hot down in DC, and Tropical Storm Debbie, when it created some rain and some situations, while we were traveling and down there, and I'm thinking in the future that maybe August during hurricane season might not be the best time to host an event. Note to self. So anyway, it was so great being with the gals again and getting to meet all the stitchers from their area. And it was just, anytime you're together with other stitchers, it's never a bad time. And it was one of my favorite things about the event was really getting to spend some time with the other vendors, because it was like a vendor hall sort of event. And I don't, when you're at market, the Nashville Needlework Market, you are in and out of those rooms so fast and checking off your list. You really don't get to spend a ton of time with other shops and other creators, and it just, that honestly, that was, I think, my favorite part of the whole thing. Yeah, and my parents came down with us. It was nice to spend a weekend with my parents, even though like we live wicked close to each other and see each other all the time. It's different. Anyway, and I do have a little bit of haul because I couldn't resist. A very, very little bit though, but we'll show that when it's time for that. Anyway, I think that's it for me for life updates. Yeah, I'm mostly just at the shop. So, okay, the shop and home. I don't do anything else exciting. Do I do anything else exciting? No, I had to think about it. I don't even feed my birds. Bird update really fast. I still have not put bird food back out. If you watched my last video, you know that we moved in the spring, in the very early spring, and I was feeding the birds at the new house. And then this summer we discovered some furry rodents that are bigger than mice. eating the bird food. So a few people asked some questions about that. Yes, they climb poles. No, I can't get my cat outside. So maybe I can rent a rat terrier dog or something. I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, I still haven't put bird food back out. I might try again in the winter, or I might not. Maybe this was my sign to move into creating a landscape in my backyard that's natural and positive for the birds instead of feeding them to draw them to the yard. Okay, now I'm going to talk about stitching. So in the shop, at all times, I have a project that only gets worked on when I'm here. And currently that is Quilting ABCs. And I am working on part 3. So that third row down. And this is by Erica Michaels. And I am stitching it on 32 count antique white linen by Zweigart. And here we are. I am officially halfway done. I mean, I guess some of the border needs to come down to, I guess, be officially halfway done. But the blocks are all halfway done. So this one right here, Noble and Nice, is the one I just finished in the shop on Wednesday night. So yeah, it's not going to get done this year, and that's okay. It's really easy to work on in the shop. And then it's nice to have a little mini finish every time you get one of those blocks done. So it's a really good shop project. I am not a quilter, so I have no idea like what the blocks are. It's lost on me, but it's good to work on in the shop, and I can't wait till it's hanging up on the shop wall. So, and then I'm super behind on this. This is what happens when you go away. Oh, this is also part haul. So I am doing the Owl Forest Embroideries Mushroom Toadstool Stitch Along situation, which is a free stitch along. So every 2 weeks when the new pattern comes out, you can download the new pattern. And when you download, like say you joined this week, you'll get all the previous patterns in the download. So you don't have to like go back and download them all. You get the whole situation. And one of the vendors at North Meet South was Millennial Fabrics, and she was selling some project bags, and I apologize, I forget who made the project bags, but her shop was selling them, and I thought like, hello, how perfect. I can't not have a matching project bag for my project. And it's not vinyl front, which I was very excited about. I'm moving away from vinyl front project bags because they like stick, ooh, excuse me, I hiccuped. They stick to your pattern, and I've had a situation happen and it did not make me very happy. Anyway, I am stitching this on 30 count linen. It is the printed fabric that you can buy from Owl Forest, but you don't have to use this fabric. You can use whatever fabric you want. And I'm using their Owl Forest threads. So, which again, there's a DMC conversion, or you can do whatever you want. So here is where we are. I am behind. So I think the last time I showed it, these were all done. So I got this one done. I'm working on this middle section, and then there's one over here that I haven't done yet. So I'm like 2 behind. It's unfortunate. It's okay though. I'm gonna keep plugging along. And I wasn't sure, I haven't been stitching the border because I wasn't sure if I was going to stitch it or not. I'm going to stitch it because the border at the top has these cute little like mushrooms, and they're adorable, and I can't not have it on there. So now I've got to play catch up with the border again. So that's all right. So it's going to take up, I think, this whole piece. So like this is the top half. There's going to be a bottom half. Yeah. Okay. So that is where that is at. Oh my goodness. I may have just swallowed a bug. We've had the door at the shop open the past few days, and I may have just swallowed a bug. Good protein. It's a good protein source. Okay, moving on. Okay, what's in here? Oh, fancy folk. So, once a month, I host a Zoom the fourth Thursday of every month. If you are stitching at Fancy Folk and you want to join the Zooms, shoot me an email and I'll get you added. So, once a month this comes out. I try to stitch on it for 3 days when it comes out, but this was not one of those months that I could do that. It got one night of work. It is Blackbird by Mirabilia. She's beautiful. I am stitching it on 28 count soft fur by Atomic Ranch. And I don't even know what's up and what's down. That's okay, because it's hard to tell at this point what's going on, but it will come together and look like something pretty soon. Oh, the color keeps doing something funny. Every once in a while, like right there is maybe what my fabric really looks like, but it keeps going like kind of gray blue, but it's really more like greeny blue. Yeah, see, that is not the color, but that's the color. That's the color. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is the stitching. So I think I worked in here on that night. So at some point it will look like a dress. Have faith. At what point, I'm not sure, but at some point. I love her. I can't wait for September for her to come back out. In my head, I can only have one of these going at a time, but I may at some point start a second one and have two going. We'll see. Because this one's going to take like 3,000 years to finish. And that seems like a long time to have to wait to start a new one. Am I wrong? I don't know. Okay. And then this one I took down to DC with me. I did have a chance to get a little bit of stitching done. Where the heck is the picture? Okay, this is Gathering Together by the Scarlet House. And I am stitching it on Lichen by Tabby Cat Linens. And here is where we're at. So I've just been working mostly on this white fill-in in the flowers, which is why it went down to DC with me, because I don't have to think about it. I'm just filling in some white. And then I'm gonna sew buttons on. So yeah. I think I filled in the white all on these little like circle situations down here. And then I'm working, did I finish in there? I may have finished inside the big flower. So then I think I just have these ones over here left, and then I can sew my buttons on. Oh, and I got to fill in my spool. We don't want an empty spool. That would be weird. Okay. But I'm super close to being done with this. I might put this on my, like, let's get it done this year. After I finish Sir Thomas, this might be my next, like, all right, let's get her done, because there's not a point. Like, I don't need to carry this into next year. Although it'd be good to bring with me to the retreat I go to in November, stitching at the farm, because again, fill in, maybe my plan will be to finish it there, and then I can ring the bell. I never have finishes at retreat, so that might be kind of fun and nice. And then I also host a Zoom call for anybody who's stitching Quilting Hollow, any of the Quilting Hollow patterns. But we didn't have it this month because I was down in DC. But I mentioned last time that my friend Susan, who gets on the Zooms, was going to be at North Meet South, and she had offered to stitch on it a little bit for me. And she did. Wait till you see. Okay, so I am doing a year at Quilting Hollow. So I am currently working on the last block, December, because I am getting it done this year. And I think officially decided that my plan is to put my last stitch in on December 31st. So, because it was a new year, new start for 2020. So if I finish it on December 31st in 2024, it will have been 5 solid years of stitching, and then I can say goodbye to it. And then I need to start my next one. And I'm super excited about that too. I'm already like planning that one out in my head. So anyway, I am stitching it on 40 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. It's a little wrinkly. And it went in a Q-snap for the first time because I stitch in hand and my friend Susan stitches in a Q-snap. So here we are. That's months January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So I stitched a little bit at the beginning of August and finished like the white trees and the word December, so that if I didn't care what you stitched, Susan, but if it was easy just to do fill in, but she also could have stitched up here if she'd wanted to, but instead she did all my blue fill in. Like, I think I had a teeny tiny strip of it over here. She did the rest. Oh, Susan, first of all, it's beautiful, like way better stitching than I do. Probably because it's got nice tension in a Q-snap. I am like beside myself, so pleased. Like, it was like the best gift I could have gotten ever, is to have somebody do that for me. It makes me feel like, and I realize when you look at the block that there is still way more to be stitched than has been stitched, but it feels like such a huge chunk has been done. It like takes a weight off, and it's so appreciated. I think it's so fun to stitch on other people's projects for them and to have other people stitch on yours. It like really gives it like, I will never forget now that Susan stitched on this piece. So I love that. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the pattern back in. And then, okay, lastly, we're gonna be so fast today. Good, because it's already almost 9:30. Lastly, I'm getting so close here. I'm so excited about this. This is Sir Thomas by Glendon Place. It is like one of my favorite things I think I have ever stitched. Not that I'm done, but I'm so close. And it can be a little tricky in here. Like if you are thinking about starting this has given some folks a few headaches, but even that, it's still fun. So this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. And here is where we are at. I am stitching it on 28 count, antique white, linen by Swigart. Oh my goodness. I gotta get it in here. I am so close, so close. So my turkey, all of the regular stitching, all the full crosses are 100% done. I'm gonna get you up close. So all of his stitching is 100% done. This feels weird in here because I feel like on my white fabric, this is so, anyway, I might backstitch a little bit in there because it does feel a little unfinished, but we'll see what it's like when the beads go on. So I have been working super hard on those stripy feathers down at the bottom, and then I had to stitch all of this section in here. So these like swoopy parts, and it's done. So all I have left to do is this corn corner, say that 5 times fast. And then I have to do some back stitching and I need to put the beads on. My plan is to have this done by the end of September because it only gets worked on the last 2 weeks of every month because I have other commitments, stitching commitments that I have self-imposed on myself. So, but yeah, it's going to be done. And then it'll be at the framer in October and on the wall for November. And I am, oh my gosh, so close. And there's a few of us because I started this with my friend Deborah, who we're both turkey babies and we both share a birthday and we both share a birthday. Because Thanksgiving babies you don't always share the same birth date. So we're both Thanksgiving babies who share a birth date, but we're born in different years. So we started a big turkey together for our birthday. a few years ago, and we're both gonna have it done this year. So I'm very, very excited about that. I can't wait. I can't wait till it is framed and hanging on the wall. And then I'm gonna have to start another Glendon place because wicked fun, wicked fun. Okay, and that is that. Oh shoot, I didn't bring the chart over here. So last video, I was doing a giveaway for Hector's Stocking by Shepherd's Bush, and I didn't bring the chart over here, and that's okay. But I picked a winner with my random thingy thing, and it was Fran Smith. So yay, Fran! I have your address already because you filled out the contact form, and I will get that mailed out to you. I'd like to say it's today, but it depends on how busy the shop is. But for sure on Wednesday, it will get mailed out. And I didn't pick a giveaway for this week. Oh, nuts. I'm like looking around the shop. What can I? We're going to skip a giveaway this week, and we will do a giveaway next. Maybe we'll do 2 giveaways next month. So, okay, that's that because I don't have a lot of brain power today. A little bit of haul, and then we'll do some shop update. So I was down at North Meets South, and Laura's Fabrics was vending there. And I love her fabric, and I am kitting up a few starts for the fall, and I thought that this fabric would be perfect for one of them. There's a few of us that are going to start, Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs when we are at Stitchin' at the Farm. So I am currently searching for fabric for that, and she had one called Cauldron Spill, which felt appropriate, and it's 28 count, so I gotta see if it actually fits. I think it fits, but if it doesn't, I will absolutely use this for something else. I'm gonna show it this way because it fits better. So yeah, I love a grungy fabric. Love that. I'm gonna show this side. They're slightly different. This one feels a little grungier, and I love it. So I'm hoping, I gotta do a floss toss on it. I'm hoping that works, because I absolutely love it. And I am like really into 28 count linen right now. I just don't want my stitching to feel like a struggle. And I feel like every other week, this is not a true story, but it is a feels like story. I feel like every other week I'm constantly having to up my reading glass prescription. I've only updated it like once this year, but it feels like my eyes just get tired so much faster than they used to. And I just don't want to have to be struggling to stitch. So 28 and 32 counts are kind of my thing right now. And 28 count is so fun to stitch on. And I don't care that things are bigger. Sometimes it matters, and I love stitching with 2 strands. I am not a big fan of stitching with 1 strand. I get that it conserves floss and your stitches slay nicer, but there's something about the tactile feel of the 2 strands running through my fingers and maybe it has something to do with the way I stitch, but I love 2 strands. Okay. And then at North Meets South, sorry, I thought I was going to have people at my door 30 minutes early. Not, that's not what's happening though. Just folks walking by. Okay. Anyway, reset button. Nebby Needle had a booth at North Meets South, and she was selling these jewelry boxes that then you open them up and they've been like all cutified for your stitching stuff. I had to pick a bird pattern, and then there's this fabric is also under there, and I have admired these for so long. Every time people do one for themselves, I am never going to make one of these. I'm not crafty. I don't want to spend time covering things with fabric, and I'd rather be stitching. I'm not crafty. I don't enjoy crafts. I don't like arts and crafts. But I was happy to buy one already done. So I can't wait. Now that I've showed it off, I'm going to do all the things and put all fun things in here and put it by my stitching table. And I can't wait. So I think this is my favorite thing that I've purchased for myself in a long time. Okay, and then lastly, I joined my friend Amy, Fiber Arts Amy, has she dyes fabric, amazing fabric, and her dye studio is called Oak Crown Studios, and I think that's what it's called. Hold on, gotta get my peepers on. Yes. And so I joined her Fabric of the Month Club in 32 count, and I'm thinking I might also want it in 28. Anyway, so I got my first one, and I'm super excited about this. The color is Mana, oh jeez, you think I can, I don't know why I take them off. Mana Potion. So this was August's color. Wait till I show, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is so beautiful. And like, that is like really showing up pretty true. I cannot wait to stitch on this. It obviously, it needs the right project, but oh my goodness, she's gorgeous. And I am really into the fancy ladies right now. So I think this fabric has a future with a fancy lady. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, that was my haul. All right, so let's do a little chat about what's going on in the shop. We are practically in September because tomorrow is September, which means we're super close to the Stitch New England retreat. There are still a handful of spots left. What else do I want to say about that? That's all I need to say about it. But also, so I was going to say the shop this year has been like, has had a few weeks where it's been closed. In March when we went away, and then in May we were closed a week in March and a week in May and a week in July and a week in August. So there will be a week in October that we are closed as well. It is what it is. So be on the lookout for those dates. And then we just had Needlework Marketplace, which was a virtual market that happens at the end of August. And the patterns that I've ordered have started rolling into the shop, and I wanted to show off a few of them. That I can't show them all off because we would be here all day. But I'm going to show off some of my current favorites. This one is Books Are Magic by Counting Puddles. I love their patterns. I like the this like heavy cardstock feel to them. And I think her designs are amazing. They're so textured. I do think if I stitch this one, I would replace these blue like light rays, these magic beams with a sparkly thread. Okay, I really like that one. And then I got some Stacy Nash. She had some more animal crackers. I can't. This is Clovis. I think she's a badger. I'm not sure. If Stacy Nash did a video about these, I didn't watch it because I don't watch a lot of Flosstube these days. But I think that's a badger, which always makes me think of Frances the Badger, which were books that I had when I was a kid, and I love them. And I probably have talked about these 50,000 times. But there was like tea time for Frances or something, and she wanted the tea set that had the blue and white pattern on. Anyway, I loved Frances. Anyway, okay. So that's Clovis though, and not Frances. But if I stitched it, her name would be Frances. I don't think it's a skunk. I mean, I guess it could be, but I think she's a badger. And this is Reynard. He is very obviously a fox. He's very foxy. He's a handsome fellow. And then this one, I can't. This is Nettle. So she's dressed up like a cat. I think that's a cat mask, but she's really a rabbit. I can't. Like, how adorable. Okay. And then I love this. This is Merry Autumn Pinky. First of all, I love a house. Second of all, I love a white pumpkin. I like the moon. I don't know why she's feeding her chickens in the moonlight, but I'm down for it. I love it. I love that one. Okay. And then I got Teresa Koganen, and this kills me. Love this. Like, I can't even. Actually, I don't know that I would make mine into a pin drum. It's called the Prim Birds pin drum, but I don't know that I wouldn't just stitch this and frame it really small and cute and stick it in like a little nook. Adorable. Okay. And then I got the new Brenda Gervais in with the needle and thread. And I very rarely keep things for myself, but I did keep 3 of these for myself. The first being Goodness Gracious, because there's something, I'm so sorry about the glare, but if I have to take these patterns out of their packages, I'll never get them back in. Not that you guys want to see me peeking around the, okay, anyway, the little pumpkin with these crazy teeth. It's the crazy teeth pumpkin for me. I love them so hard. I kept that one. And then it Feels Like Fall. I do love a Quaker. I love this bird thing. I could stitch this right on its own and like put it on a box. I did keep this one for myself as well. And then Woodland Witch. I also kept this one for myself. I rarely keep things for myself, and I couldn't resist these. Oh my gosh, that little witch. And she's got an owl, and there's like a snail down here, and the mushrooms. I can't. I really, really, really love this so hard. Okay. I have an eyelash in my eye. Okay, we're almost done, Pam. And then I did not keep this one for myself, only because I'm really not all that into swans. But I also got Autumn Swan in. So there was a Summer Swan too. I forget what it's called. Is it Patriotic Swan? Is it Summer Swan? I can't remember its name, but there's a swan pattern. And oh my goodness, I have an eyelash in my eye, and I'm trying not to spend, I don't want to edit this video. Okay. And then we got in some Kathy Barrick, some Liz Matthews. I'm not showing them all. I'm just showing my favorites. Boo Spook Haunt by Hello from Liz Matthews. I cannot. Do you see those little ghosties among the flowers? And there's little spiders in there. There's little spiders. I can't. Okay. And then Flowers and Friends by Liz Matthews. I do love a house, and look at those birds. Really, 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 really. And there's little spider webs and spiders amongst the birds. Like, it's just so clever to me. Like, who would think to put the spiders amongst, I mean, obviously there are spiders among your flowers. This is a true representation. Okay. And then this is a new designer to the shop. So I haven't carried her before, and I'm going to maybe not say this right. It's Corian Creations. I hope I'm saying that right. And she kind of had a lot of, she describes them as mythical cross-stitch designs for stitchers seeking a magical experience. So I got a whole bunch of them. There's a lot of like goddesses. There's a Viking one. There's a raven. Who doesn't love a good raven? I know I do. But I especially like, I'm not even a dragon person, but there's something about this dragon right here. This one is called Of Dragons and Apples. I can't. Oh my gosh, I love that. So, and again, I like this kind of pattern. Inside, I can't show you the chart, but the chart is nice and big. It's a good size, which I appreciate. So, anyway, okay, that's it. If I am forgetting to say something, feel free to ask a question down in the comments, because I feel like I'm forgetting to talk about something really important, but I feel like that at the end of all of my videos. It must just have to do with ending the video and not having notes in front of me. So anyway, I will see you all at the end of September. And in the meantime, I hope that you all get lots of stitching in, and that you are safe and healthy and happy. And that's it. Bye, everyone.